Look, I'm in a sports car jamming funk. Atlantic salmon at Manhattan brunch. It used to be Captain Crunch. Now I'm dipping in the cabin. Raw paper rapper runs. Roll your own shit. I ain't passing none. See, I'm ballin' for taxes come. Hoes calling for I rap for funds. See, I used to serve the pack. Got the tangerine lack when you was lacking done. Diamond rings on my bitch in the
All Hail Y.T in the building.
Yo, what's the word, King?
What's the deal, man? Thank you for joining me.
Peace, man. Thank you for having me, bro.
Oh, for sure. I see you got the Doe Networks tee on.
Oh yeah, that's the homie, bro.
Yeah, shout out to the good peoples over there. Welcome everybody. Thank you for tapping in. You're tuned into another episode of Palmcast. My name is Dylan. It's Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, and your favorite rapper still owes me money.
Let's go.
We got a special guest up in the house today on the call. You know, a MC who I'm growing to get familiar with. Shout out to my partner Anthony Danza because he put me on. All Hail Y.T. What's going on, bro?
Yo, what's the word, G?
Man, let me tell you. Oh, it was about a month ago that I got hip to you. This is a new part of the show that I want to call the origin story because everybody's always like, how do you find these artists? You know, and I'm like, let me break it on down to you. So about a month ago, as a creative, maybe you relate to this. Sometimes you got to just, you know, make a buck to, you know, afford that high ass gas price to keep them bills paid while you still do it. You know, it don't matter how you make the sandwich, but you got to get your bread somehow, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you might do a whack feature or something. Or you don't know it's going to be whack, though, until they send it. You know, you're like, damn, this shit kind of whack.
Whatever the case may be. But for me, it was a couple weeks ago, I picked up a little temp work, 9 to 5, some warehouse bullshit. I'm sitting there. The only saving grace was like, you know, nobody really bothered me. There's like 3 other dudes in the office. I'm sitting there, cleaning off headphones with a fucking alcohol wipe, right? Some fucking scrub ass work. But my man Anthony Danza is messaging me. Shout out to Anthony Danza. I had him on podcast about a year ago. He's messaging me about, man, I'm putting out this album called New Jack Danza, and I want your help with it. You know, come up with something creative for me. And I get to that last song on the album, and I'm not really like paying attention to the tracks at this point, but I just hear who he has on this last song featured. And if I didn't see your name, bro, or, you know, look at the phone or look at my Apple Watch to see who that was, I'm thinking that was Nas. Like,
that's crazy. That's crazy.
And I'm thinking, who is this cat? All Hail Y.T. So it just came full circle. One thing leads to another. So yeah, bro, take me back. I know you came from or grew up in Killeen, Texas. Now you're based in Delaware. Sure. And, you know, quite frankly, those are 2 kind of random places for a rapper to be coming out of.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Yeah. So give me the whole origin story, man. Where'd you come from and where born, grow up? Take me back to them early days.
So, you know, I don't want to spoil it, but if you actually, you know, go get my album, my last album, Player Made, I actually talk about like how I grew up and where I come from and all that. But long story short, I was born to a teenage mother and father. You know, my mom was 16. She was still a dependent of my grandmother who was in the military. So basically, my mom was pregnant. You know, she gets shipped off to Germany. I'm born in Germany. By the time I'm 5, I done lived in Hawaii, Louisiana, and then eventually Killeen. I'm in Killeen, Texas. So I grew up there, Killeen, Texas, but my family, like my mother's side and my father's side, they all from Delaware. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, during this whole time I'm moving around, my father is in the streets, he gets caught up, he ends up going to jail in Delaware in a 10-year bid. And so I'm growing up without my father this whole time. And, you know, it came to a point where I was coming to age and my father was getting released from prison. So I went up to Delaware to go reconnect with him. And my side of the family up on the East Coast. And I've just kind of just been a little bit floating back and forth from the South to the East since then.
You know, it's so funny that you mentioned you have all this movement. The last guest I had on the show, shout out to my man, Coda Moss out of Atlanta. He was a military brat too, born in Germany as well. So I'm like, damn, it's a small world.
And to be crazy, I wasn't even really a brat. I was a dependent of a dependent. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, only time we really lived on the bases is when I was like a little kid. After that, we was in the hood. So
Right.
it wasn't even, it just moved me around as a youngin', you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
I didn't really come up like with no military background like that.
I feel that. Now, I was doing a little research background early this morning, and I looked up Killeen, Texas. It is a military town, and it's 35% Black. To put it in perspective, I'm born and raised in LA. We're 11% Black. So you've Killeen, I guess the sense is of the places you've lived is where you soaked up the most game. So
yeah. You say Killeen. So you just said like Killeen.
Killeen,
Yeah, Killeen. So when we
okay.
was coming up, they used to say stuff like kill each and every nigga. You know what I'm saying? That was the sentiment coming up. But I grew up with a lot of Mexicans, a lot of essays, you know what I'm saying? So we all was in the hood, broke together, you know what I'm saying? So as we was young, I had Mexican homies, you know what I'm saying? I had Samoan homies, Pacific Islander homies, Black homies, Puerto Ricans, we all was broke. So we was all in the same boat, you know what I'm saying? Even some white homies who was on the block with us too. Not that many, but we had some. So it was like a little melting pot. And then as you get older, the groups kind of maybe separate and kind of the kind kind of stick to, themselves a little bit more as we got a little older. But yeah, bro, it was definitely a different type of place to grow up in, like car culture. You know what I'm saying? A lot of cars, that of course being down in Texas, drug culture, all that right there on the border. The SA's got the bricks coming through right there. You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a place where you can grow up very fast.
That's really fascinating, man. So you have all these different influences, from that cultural melting pot you were just telling me about. So early on, in your younger days, what were some of the first hustles you got exposed to?
So one of my the first hustling was just stealing. You know what I'm saying? Flat out.
Okay. What, stealing. Grocery store or, candy store?
Just stealing little shit. You see it, you want it.
People's houses.
Oh, shit. Well, that you graduate to that later, you know what I'm saying? But as a kid, you know what I'm saying? You in a store, you see a little toy or something you want, you take it, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. And I'm not even saying that was because of my environment. I really just feel like for some reason that was just something that was in me young. I don't know why, whatever it was, but I used to just, if I wanted it, I took it. Then that graduated, learning little hustles, stealing candy from the stores, but we not just stealing a little candy to eat. We got a little heist. My homie distracting the lady, I'm grabbing a big box of candy, putting it in the starter under the coat. You know what I'm saying? Coming out, we got 25 bars of candy. Then we taking it to school, we selling it $1 a bar. You know what I'm saying? Now we making a little money, we hustling a little bit.
On some, hey, would you like to support my baseball team?
Oh wait, we did that too. Okay. But this was hand this was just hand in hand. We boosting like some mob shit in New York. They're boosting up the trucks and selling the merchandise. We doing that as kids. And we had a little hustle like that, knock on door to door. It was junior Olympic track team. We had a little spill. We trying to go to Cacao Beach, Florida. You know what I'm saying? For the Junior Olympics, you want to support. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Ain't a team, ain't a coach, ain't a nothing.
Hell no, we collecting the donations. We running up Mission Taco, playing video games, and we got some money just to fuck off. So yeah, man, a lot of hustles. I just learned. I got my first project when I first kind of came back to rapping. I called it Street Poison, and I got that term from Iceberg Slim. He coined it, and he basically said, the ills of the street kind of just poison them as a kid a little bit. And sometimes we all we born with that seed planted. You know what I'm saying? That it just got to get nurture or water, and it just depends who's nurturing it. Is it somebody that's a criminal nurturing that seed, or is it an upstanding citizen that's nurturing that seed and showing you another way? And it just so happened I just learned all my game from criminals and players and hustlers early.
When you mentioned Iceberg Slim, man, a couple of years ago, I listened to Pimp on audiobook, and I got so much game and so much nutrients out of that. Just, it's such a time capsule of that era where, that first, stages of what is ism, and the way he just had an incredibly captivating way with words. And just there's a lot to, really learn from Pimpin', even if you are quote unquote square like me, or, no matter where you come from, it's the way they talk, and it's the elegance, and it's the fact that, like, you can be hood yet articulate and be so
Right.
intelligent.
Right, for sure.
You know, and I'll be trying to tell these young niggas who are into like all this, you know, so much of this new rap that comes out that kind of sucks in my opinion. But like yeah, if I'll be trying to tell them, you know, there's artists, you know, such as yourself or Anthony Danza or Jay Worthy, who you've worked with as well. Shout out to him too. Like, you know, who sound hood but actually have that like street backing or, you know, really back up what they say.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been intelligent too, though. Just because somebody might be, you know, quote unquote, a criminal, or like, you know, they live on the outskirts. You know, I mean, I was in tag classes, talented and gifted, all that too, at the same time. So it's like, you know, I was blessed with intelligence, but it's like a superpower. What you going to use your intelligence for? You know, I could have been coming up with, you know, essays and schemes on how to, you know, get to Harvard, but you know, just the environment I was in had me thinking, okay, how I can get this little bit of money to go do this. And, you know, I'm coming up with schemes for, you know, for wrong, for less of a better word. But
I do recall, my bad. I do recall you had a line that you're like, I could have been a doctor, I could have been a lawyer, but I choose this path, you know?
Yeah. Well, I could have been a doctor. I could have been a lawyer. My mama said I was smart. I could have been what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Like,
there we go.
But it's just like, you know, what was shown to me, like the hottest shit was, you know, the hustlers. You know, I seen them pulling up and with all the new whatever sneaks, the Jordans, the Griffies, you know what I'm saying? Big fat gold chains, rings, cars. Like, I want that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't see a path to maybe something else, you know what I'm saying? So that was the quickest way I could see to get to that was either illegal activities or maybe rapping. You know what I'm saying? I could play sports, but you know, at the same time, like I wasn't like in a position where, you know, I had a stable environment to make sure I was getting my homework done every day when I came home. So therefore I didn't have the grades to play any sports, even though I did maybe have the athletic ability. And then once I started hitting 10th grade, you know, maybe my nutrition wasn't up. I wasn't as big as some of the other homies, you know what I'm saying, who was getting full square meals every day, eating breakfast and you know what I'm saying, and all that. So it's like, you know, but I did recognize that I did have a talent. I always been writing poetry, raps ever since I was in like 5th grade, 4th grade, even younger. I had always been writing on that pen. So I was like, you know, maybe this is, I can rap. Let me try this. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that was what I saw that I could do for myself, you know?
Dope. So at what point did you, you know, decide I'm going to be an MC and take music full-time seriously?
Well, I always saw myself as a rapper since a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was always rapping. That's when my grades suffered a lot too. I'm in class, supposed to be taking notes. I'm writing raps, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I always saw myself as a rapper, and it never was like a conscious decision, like I'm going to be a rapper full time. It was just like a progression. Like when I graduated high school, I just started going after it harder. Now I have more time to go after it harder. You know what I'm saying? So I just went after it harder, but I also had more time to get into other activities too. So
dope. Now, speaking of other activities, is there anything you've learned from being in the streets that you've applied to the rap game?
Yeah, I mean, when I just the hustle, period. You know what I'm saying? I learned how to hustle. So I mean, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But now instead of hustling, you know, pounds and whatever it now is vinyl, it's merchandise, it's t-shirts, it's whatever. You know what I'm saying? I got a custom jewelry business. You know what I'm saying? I make all this. This is all me. I make all these.
Dope. Okay.
I do custom pieces. I sell gold as a commodity, diamonds. You know what I'm saying? So it's just that same mind frame that I attached to selling illegal items. I moved that over to doing now legal shit.
So with the custom jewelry thing, is that also a part of Texas culture? Because, you know, Johnny Dang, you know, is a big person down there who has been doing that business for years. So is that like something that, you know, Texas dudes tend to do or get into?
I always been in the jewelry since I was a kid. Like if you could pull up pics of me like in 5th, 6th grade, I had big ass Tech 9 Uzi gold rings and shit. I always had jewelry. 7th grade, I came from one whole school to another school. I had a lot of jewelry on. It was like, yeah, you know, he might not want to wear all this jewelry here, like that type of shit. Not
so you was always the flyest bling little nigga out of all of them.
But what they don't know is I came from the 4-1, one of the hardest hoods in Killeen, you feel me, to another hood, 4-3 LB. So it's like, trust, I could wear this shit here, you know what I'm saying? But long story short, I've always been in the jewelry. So it was just like kind of like a natural progression for me. And then, I was looking for somewhere to put my bread, just outside of, I don't want to sell narcotics forever. You know what I'm saying? So like, what else can I get into to diversify and, put my money into? And I started getting into jewelry.
I hear you, bro. So what rappers and MCs do you find as influences? Like, who inspired you to, rap the way you do today?
Well, my favorite rapper of all time is Tupac. So he is, from a social aspect, to just the way that Black people deal with each other, community, everything. Just Tupac, Hove, of course, Nas, I love all them. Snoop was a big influence early in my career. Like, I'm huge on West Coast music. Like, I love West Coast music. I love G-Funk. You know what I'm saying? I came up on that, like, the Chronic, Doggy South, all that was my shit. I actually listened to Spice One, a lot of Bay music. So yeah, bro, it's so many influences I have, bro. Like Bone, everything, bro. Like I was a hip hop kid, just raised by hip hop, Big, Wu-Tang, just everything I could get my hands on. I got, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of early West Coast influence coming up in Texas, Killeen, Texas, which is the Southwest. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Dope. So were you more exposed to West Coast music, or did that like the Houston shit, like, Screwed Up Click, Big Mo, and of course, rest in peace, DJ Screw, and you've shouted out Pimp C on many songs. So like,
oh yeah. I got a song with Bun B. You know what I'm saying? I work with Lil Flip. I work with Paul Wall. I work with Trey the Truth. I work with a lot of Texas artists. Yeah, Texas for sure. But mind you, coming up in Killeen, all we had was the radio initially. So we would just hear what was popular on the radio. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they was playing, Mason, Diddy, or whatever it was, even Outkast was a big influence on me, A-Ball, MJG, Master P, and the whole No Limit scene, just everything, bro. But definitely the Screwed music, but I was more so, I would say Michael Watts. But after him, I was into like Chameleon, Chameleonaire. Yeah, Color Changing Click and all that. I was really into just that whole era. So it was a little bit after with Slim Thug was on the tapes heavy, you know what I'm saying, and all that. I was really into that era after the Kappa, all that, like them classic kind of tapes. Like I was almost, I don't want to say more on the north side music because DJ Screw was on the south, and then
right.
They had the north side. But it's just Chameleonaire what really took it for me, because his lyricism was just on a totally different realm from what everybody else is doing on Screw tapes. So like once Chameleon hit the scene, I was really on the Screwed Up tapes then.
Yeah, you brought up a name that brought up some memories for me, man. Michael Watts. I first got exposed to him on those old beef documentaries that Q3 used to put out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And that, around that time, like Swisher House was kind of dominating. I was in middle school actually. And it's just crazy to think, Chameleonaire was one of the hardest niggas out.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But he was on the radio though. Like he was, by today's standards, he would have been a pop star. But
okay.
Like,
so when you got a hold of him, when you say you're on the radio, like what records?
Get Your Shine On, Riding Dirty, of course, with Crazy Bone.
Okay. That was later.
Reels,
later. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about his early work.
I'm talking about the mixtape Chameleon, you know what I'm saying? With on the freestyles. You know what I'm saying? But like by the time you get Riding Dirty, I was kind of like, really into my own craft a little bit more. So I wasn't really heavy.
And how old are you now, bro?
I am 35, G.
For sure. Okay. So you got kids?
Not yet.
Yeah, I've heard you rhyme about that, bro. It's interesting when I'll be turning 30 this October. So, it's interesting to think about your life and where you want to be if you see yourself as a family man. But like give me some game though, because at the age you are, you think, okay, is it like I have to have this and I want to be this successful, or is it just like organic, just live life and whatever it is career wise, it'll be like, tell me, what can I expect?
I mean, bro, realistically, bro, you talking to somebody who never had nothing. So I'm grateful for everything that I do have. You know what I'm saying? I've rapped with almost all the legends you could think of, from Scarface. He gave me my first deal. I've done so much, bro. And at this point, it's just really about just getting that chicken, taking care of my family. Like I'm not in it for the accolades, at this point, and to have a family, that would be tight. And as a man, luckily genetically, I can bust one out at 60. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really in no rush for anything that's coming to me, but I do know everything that I do want is out there, and I'm attracting it, and it's coming to me. So I really feel like my season is definitely approaching, and a lot of people are starting to find out about me and starting to catch up to my catalog. So everything that I want is coming. You know what I mean?
Exactly, bro. Those laws of attraction just can't be beat.
Facts.
Yeah. When is your birthday?
January 1st.
Oh shit. New Year's, baby. That's dope.
Yeah, for sure.
You're a Capricorn.
Yeah.
If you really study astrology, there's a lot of Capricorns who are like advanced in music, Mac Miller, rest in peace, DJ Quick, the baby.
Yo, shout out to Quick, man. I need some beats, man, for the next project. Quick, holla at me, man.
Yeah, shout out to Quick, fucking legend.
Yeah, you got a plug with him, man. Let me know, man. I need that.
trying to, man. Actually, let me think about it, bro, because I feel like this hip hop shit is always 6 degrees of separation.
Right,
like,
yeah, for
there's
sure.
always somebody that I know who can get me to anybody, bro.
Yeah,
I could probably get a connect to Obama right now, for real.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. I'm just putting that out there, man. I need a quick beat soon.
Yes, sir. All right. So Sway Universe, you had the freestyle on there. I know that got you a lot of exposure. That was a really good look. I met Sway a few years ago. Shout out to him, legendary music journalist, of course, good brother. Man. So what was that experience like?
That was cool, man. Just went up there and like I know what the platform, a lot of the times what the platform wants, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I wanted to go up there and I wanted to give them a little understanding of who I am, just a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to go up there and the lyrical, miracle, factual, actual, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to go up there and do all that. Everybody goes up there and tries to just put a bunch of words together. I just kind of really wanted to just paint a picture a little bit and just, give them a little something, just a little taste, you know what I'm saying? So, but now it was cool experience, man. And I hope I get the opportunity to go on some more platforms and then, and I'll let loose, you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And speaking of paint a picture, with some of your production, man, you have those classic jazz samples and those 80s and 90s R&B samples. So I want to know, man, are you working with a producer who's picking those samples, or is it you like digging through the vinyl and finding them old school records to sample?
Nah, man. I mean, some records I might be like, yo, let's do this. Like for instance, but it's something that, I gravitated to and I've heard it and I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. Like for instance, Let Me Ride, 2021 with my dog Yosinova. I'm like, yo, take that Parliament Funkadelic sample, flip that. We're gonna touch that.
And bro, let me tell you, me being from LA, I love that sample, bro. I love that shit, man. That was one of my favorite cuts of yours, bro.
Thank you,
like,
man.
Damn, that's so creative how he flipped that.
Yeah, but really, shout out to my producers, Yosinova, Tone Beats, 80s Baby. There's so many people that I work with. I don't want to just name too many, like everybody, but those three are like, a few of my top producers. And I got stuff in the works coming with other producers as well.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, these producers, man, they are really on the grind, bro. I don't want to take nothing away from them. They really looking and digging these samples. Oh, Benji Socrates, can't forget my homie.
Because my man DJ Manifest tapped in on IG talking about when y'all are gonna cook up.
Manifest, yeah, we got something cooking too. I ain't want to speak on it yet. I ain't want to speak on it yet because we're working. We getting it together. We got some surprises coming. A lot of good surprises coming. But yeah, Benji, Tone, 80s, Yost, them is like my tops. So yeah, man, they really put the grind down. They do the digging and all that, man. So much love to them.
So what was it like working with my man Jay Worthy? That's grown to be one of my favorite MCs, and y'all put out an animated video together, which I thought was really dope. So what was it like locking in with him? I
it's cool, man. I actually linked with Worthy, bro, up in when he was staying in Harlem. He was staying up in New York. So that's like a couple hours from Delaware. So I hopped in the Challenger. You know what I'm saying? Going up the turnpike, fuck with the homie. I do it like mixing, mastering, engineering. So I brought my little portable setup. We locked in and we actually recorded a couple records together. And it was cool, man. We went to a little bodega, got some 40s, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, them St. Ides that he be
we got a couple of 40s and we locked in, man. So it was pretty cool, man. The homie Worthy, man, is a stand-up dude, man.
Yeah, very stand-up dude. Capricorn as well.
Yeah,
Shit.
yeah.
It's crazy about 40s, bro. It was my 21st birthday. It was my junior year in Hampton. And I remember.
Okay, you want the HU? Okay.
Yes, sir. Real HU.
All right.
So
yeah,
I walked
right.
21st birthday, right? I walk in 7-Eleven, and then, I'm like, zooted off an edible probably. I just picked up the Bud Ice, put it on the counter, bought it, and then I showed the lady my ID, and I was so proud. Like, I'm like, yes, today. She's like, well, happy birthday, baby. Woo, bought my first 40.
Yeah,
man. Because me being a late bloomer, it's crazy to think, now today I get to talk to all these dope ass rappers. And it's like, bro, I was like the squarest kid in high school. Well, not the squarest, but like, whole school be getting fucked up at some party. I'm at home on Xbox Live.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Like, it's to be honest, I wish I could have stayed a kid longer. You feel me? True. Like I was doing like grown up shit way before I was probably supposed to be doing it. So, my advice to the kids is really, man, enjoy your childhood, bro. Stay a kid as long as you can. You know what I'm saying? Don't be in a rush to grow up, because when this shit happens, then you're gonna be wishing like, damn, bills, gas, everything, kick my ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Because you cannot go back. So like,
nah.
That is important, to the younger listeners, man. Stay a kid for as long as you can. There's
enjoy it, man.
That is something to be grateful for, honestly, that, childhood was extensive enough.
Yeah.
Me, for one thing. Yeah, dog. So when I had Anthony Danza on here last year, we talked about this sound, man, this retro macking, with the 80s and 90s samples, you being from that era, what is it like, to be in 2022 and still kind of pushing, a sound that, may have originated from that earlier era?
Yeah, bro. I mean, really it's like a wine, bro. Like, if you know anything about wine, when a wine is bottled, it has all the characteristics of the season and the times and the essence of everything that's going on is encapsulated in that bottle. So us as, human beings, when we're born in eras and times, we have that essence to kind of carry it with us, these things from our childhood that we hear and these essences. So really it just feels natural, bro. It just feels like, we're doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I mean, you said retro macking, you know what I'm saying? Like my pops, his name is Daryl, you know what I'm saying? They used to call him Daryl Mack, you know what I'm saying? I'm named after my pops. I'm Daryl, you know what I'm saying? So I'm D-Mac the second, you feel me? So when you say macking and retro and all that, it just feels like I'm doing probably what I'm supposed to be doing. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Okay. Now, speaking of the namesake, why do I wait till so late in the interview to ask this damn question? What does the YT stand for?
YT originally, when I first came from Texas to Delaware, they used to come in text. So everybody come in text. So I kind of took that and I added the young to it. So I became Young Texas.
Oh, no.
Yeah. So after a while, basically, I got a little just more to my craft and my art, and I wanted to choose a name for myself. And I'm like, man, I'm thinking of names and like, what can my name be? Like, I'm thinking all this wild shit. I'm like, bro, this shit sound goofy. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the homies just call me YT. So I just said, you know what? I'll take YT, but I put the all hell in front of it because all hell just means to welcome or to greet. You know what I'm saying? So basically it's just like show love is YT, like welcome or greet YT. And I also use it for your time, your truth, your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? So now it stands for a few more things as well. So
I could dig it. Okay. What age did you touch down in Delaware, and have you been living there ever since?
I touched down in 17.
Okay.
I've been off and on for the first like 3 or 4 years. I was back and forth from Texas to Delaware. Then I lived in Atlanta for like a good 3-4 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then I've been kind of just moving around a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Because I know you shot a couple videos in Miami, so I was wondering, if you'd spent time down there and seeing how their drug culture, if it relates to what you saw in Texas or not, or with their whole Cuban influence. I mean, what was observed in the Miami culture like for you? Because when you got that, that 80s cocaine flow, doing shit in the yayo, gotta, let us say, give an impression on your art.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, that whole city was built on cocaine.
Yeah.
And
Art Deco.
immigrants. And immigrants. The Cubans, the Haitians, the Jamaicans. You know what I'm saying? They shaped that whole coast the same way the Mexican culture shaped Texas. You know what I'm saying? Mexico Texas is really a part of Mexico.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
so
saying?
is California.
Exactly. So, it gives you that feeling for real when you in Miami. And I love the water too. So when you buy that water, the palm trees, you just, you feel a certain type of way. You know what I'm saying? So, but bro, it's like every ghetto is the same almost. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere you go. So it's like, I wouldn't say it makes me feel different or, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. I just feel at home, you know what I'm saying? When I'm in these type of places, because it just feels familiar. You know what I mean?
I could dig it. Yeah, Miami is a trip, man, because I think indirectly, obviously, if you look at this green screen I got, the vaporwave aesthetic and which kind of came from the Miami Art Deco shit, played a role on me. And I went there for the first time in April of 2019. And I'll be no disrespect to anybody from Miami-Dade County or Florida. It's a beautiful city. I love the medley of culture from the Latin American influence, the New York City influence, the fact that it is down south. It's just, as a Californian, we have palm trees, we have warm weather, we have beaches, we have nightclubs, we have beautiful women. And I kind of felt like, that's mostly what Miami has to offer. Yeah. Yeah. But, I could have done some more shit that would have made the trip a little more fruitful. Like, we could have rented scooters or like hit like a real good strip club or, gone snorkeling or something. But
I think
I'd be open to doing it again. But I don't know, man. I just feel like,
I think, the club life on Miami, if you've never been to Club Live and seen Party with Lil Wayne, Busta, DJ Clue, all in the same club, and you see all these celebrities and, it's girls coming up asking you for cocaine because you in the club with all white on. Like it's a different kind of experience, bro. Like when you in the right places, you know what I'm saying? And also just the natural, infrastructure. They got jungles, Everglades. You know what I'm saying? Just different things to experience there. So, if you take it at face value, it's like, all right, cool. But you have to look, even just experiencing the cuisine, the Cuban cuisine, you know what I'm saying? And just just taking in the culture, you know what I'm saying? So I can get how you might feel like it might be like, this is like, whatever. But I think you need the right person to show you Miami as well too.
Right.
Who's really familiar with the area. And that's anywhere you go, bro, whether it's Memphis, LA,
New York,
whatever. If you know somebody who really knows the area and that can really be a local liaison for you, you probably have a better experience. You know what I'm saying?
That's true, because I went with a homegirl of mine from Hampton. Shout out to my girl Jackie and a lot of her friends, and they're mostly from Chicago. And it's like, they're like, ooh, the beach. And I'm like, we got a beach back at home. And like, I'm cool with beach for one day.
Even the exotic car culture, the boat culture, the yacht culture down there, on the water, how they live on the waterways. It's a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Matter of fact, I got a partner of mine, shout out Coach East, he from elementary school. He lives in Miami and he, rents for a living, he rents exotic cars to people. So
bro, it's a little
vibe for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, I definitely get that. Watching those videos, and I get that Miami aesthetic when I hear your music for sure.
Okay, yeah, and I don't even. I mean, I guess in my head it's just 80s. You know what I'm saying? And that vibe could fit in 80s New York, 80s Miami, 80s. LA, wherever, but I feel you though. Respect.
It really is the 80s. So your recent project, Angels with Filthy Souls. So tell me about that, man. What does that mean to you?
Basically, I talk about it on the trailer. I have a trailer for it that we released with the kind of like an overdub of just me kind of speaking. So I kind of talk about it on there, but basically my middle name is D'Angelo. So it means the angel, literally.
Really?
Yeah, D'Angelo. Angelo means the angel.
Oh yeah, literally. It's like Latin roots. Okay.
Yeah. So me's the angel. So I mean, when you think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like, definitely the angel, but for what? You know what I'm saying? What are you gonna be the angel for? You know, you got a demon and an angel sitting on each shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Which side are you leaning more towards? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, angels are filthy souls. Like, yeah, we angels, but you gotta do ugly things sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You've seen ugly things. So, it's just kind of like a poetic kind of spin a little bit.
I love it. For sure, man. Now, All Hail Y.T, what would you say is the message behind your music?
Well, mostly I definitely have a social kind of message through a lot of my things. A lot of things I'm talking about is escaping poverty, investing in yourself, looking at yourself as the most valuable thing you can invest in. I just talk about overcoming hardships. Also just talk about, just the social climate that us as Black people and minorities are in, and I just really just trying to speak about my life as truthfully as possible, and hopeful that someone can relate to it and identify with it. And maybe that music may be able to get them through any hardship that they're seeing. Let them know that I came from this place and I'm still here living and thriving. So if I can make it, you can too. So.
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about the social construct lately. And like you said, we as Black people, how we communicate and how we network. And, for instance, how on Killer Mike's Netflix series, on the first episode, he tried to see how long he could keep $1 in the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that? Yeah, it is hard.
Yeah, I watched that. Yeah. Bro had to sleep on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a trip.
Couldn't find a Black-owned hotel.
Black-owned hotel, no.
Or whatever. So yeah.
I found it amazing that he was able to find a Black-owned cell phone provider.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But a lot of times you have to jump through hoops to even spend money with our people. You know what I'm saying? And then a lot of times our people look at it, me being an entrepreneur and business owner, they look at it as like, if our price is $1 more than the next person, they'd rather save that $1, you know what I'm saying, and go spend it with them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're looking for the best number rather than the long-term thought process of keeping that $1 circulating within our community. So.
And you touched on investment and being a business owner. Speaking of another artist who, I'm a fan, ain't the word, another artist who I'm, mad love for, mad supporter of,
right? Larry
June. Okay. I would love to see y'all lock in. I would also love to see you lock in with Currency. Love to see you lock in with Boldy James and Alchemist.
Yeah, I got to join with Boldy, man. You ain't listen to the Player May album?
Well, you know what?
Nah, I'm fucking.
I need, what? Maybe I probably did. I just need to refresh on that homework.
Yeah, I got to join with Boldy. But yeah, bro. I mean, realistically, man, I just gotta keep showing my worth out here and putting up points and numbers in the game, and then hopefully I cross paths with the big homie Spitta in June, and we can get something done. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Is there anybody else you'd like to lock in with?
I mean, that's pretty much it right there. I mean, Currency is a big influence on me. Just from our stories are similar, from his bad deals with No Limit and Cash Money, and then having to find his way and find his niche and really put it down. Nobody really fucking with him, believing with him. So I really identify with his backstory because mine is similar. So like he is like, that's like my grill future. If I could get one. You know what I'm saying? So
I think Spitta is one of the only rappers I started listening to in high school, and over 10 years later has gotten better.
Yeah, for sure. He really found himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, he's in the pocket, and now he's like the forefather of this whole lane.
Yeah,
of rap. You know
I'd like to call him the most successful underground rapper from the South, or most successful independent artist.
Yeah. I mean, that could be argued, but especially for this new era.
Well, Master P, but for the current era,
for this new era, for sure, bro. He's the epitome of a rap hustler.
Okay, cool.
For sure.
All right. Well, we're still kind of in the first quarter of 2022. Tell the people what you got on the way next.
Well, I ain't really one of the people that really like to be like, I'm doing this, and be spoiling
Yeah.
shit. I like my fans to be surprised, but you can definitely the next project we got V12 Soul Supercharged in the works, me and Yost, and we coming back 10 times harder. So look for that. I got joints with my dog 80s baby, Tone Beats on the way. So yeah, just stay tuned. A lot of features. You know what I'm saying? So just stay tuned, man. We got a lot of good things coming, bro.
Very dope. Okay. I've been asking all the artists lately to come up with their own PALM acronym, but you cannot use Pretty Awesome Lit Music or Media. So what would All Hail YT's PALM acronym be?
God damn, G. Damn, bro. You got me on the spot. Player amongst what's a good L word? Longevity and money. That's all I got, bro.
Player amongst longevity, player amongst long money. Okay.
Yeah, that's even better. Yeah, there you go. That's even better. I said player amongst longevity, money.
Dope.
I'm just throwing out words, you know what I'm saying, at this point. But yeah, you really put me on the spot with that one, bro.
All right. No doubt. So anybody you want to shout out or thank before we get up on out of here? YT?
Man, shout out to all my homies and the fans. Thank y'all for fucking with me. Shout out to Palm. Appreciate the interview.
Most definitely, bro.
Yeah, that's it, man. Everybody stay safe out here, bro. And,
yeah,
man, that's about it, G.
Really,
y'all see these vinyls on the back, man? Go cop them, man. You feel me?
Yeah. Tell me what you got back there, bro, because I, can't really see too much from here, but like, tell me what they got up there.
Let me see if I can put it a little bit closer for you. Let's see, so we got V12 Soul, and we got Spoils of Babylon, and we got Deluxe Drugs Collection. It's all available on my website, financed by Dope records.com. You can go pick it up, and yeah, man, support the art, support the hustle, G.
Oh yeah, now I do recognize that one. Last night when I was driving home, sport mode came on. I was just bumping Nothing But You in preparation for this interview. Sport mode come on, and I got a Mini Cooper Countryman, and this is my first car that I've owned that had the sport mode thing. So you already know what I had to do.
You clicked it on. Okay.
Yeah, I clicked it on, bro. Yeah. So like, I love when that shit happens, man. Where it's like I can relate to it right there in the moment.
Yeah, that was the first record me and Danza collaborated on, man. So shout out to Danza, man. That's the homie. We got a lot of work coming, man. We got a real good thing brewing.
Yeah, right now, shout out to Danza. If it wasn't for that interview, I wouldn't have this interview.
Yeah, man. Major salute to the homie.
Major salute. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, I got to meet both you guys soon, man. Whenever you come out to LA, hit me.
For sure, man.
Want to plan a trip to Seattle soon too, man. I've known about that hip hop scene for far too long to not touch down up there. So
we're gonna put it together. We're gonna make something shake.
Yeah, for sure. All right, everybody, this has been Palmcast. Check us out at prettyawesomelitmusic.com. Make sure you're following on Instagram and TikTok. Make sure you are following my man, All Hail Y.T. Go stream all his music. Make sure you subscribe to his channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Again, my name is Dylan, but everybody just calls me Palm. Hey, All Hail Y.T., thank you so much, bro.
Yeah, thank you, man. Salute.
All right. Salute. Peace. Love. Palm.